Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Sorry. Pretty excited today for this one. This is from a brewery that I have not done any reviews for. It's called Untitled Art. They are out of Wanaki, Wisconsin. So this brewery was started as a collaboration between two guys. I apologize because I don't remember the one person's name, but the other person is Levi Funk, who I knew he actually owns and brews at Funk Factory. He's the owner and brewer of Funk Factory Goozeria, who, in my opinion, they're probably like top 5 in American wild ale producers. So they're a really great brewery slash blendery. But I don't know him personally, but I knew of Levi before he even opened the Funk Factory, because he was a very prominent member on Rate Beer, and when I used Rate Beer a lot, and he would always comment on the homebrew forum specifically about like wild ales and yeast strains and that kind of stuff. So he's a very, very knowledgeable guy. So outside of the Funk Factory, which is all wild ales, like he opened another place with this other guy. I guess it's a split venture, which I think is really cool that, that he kind of is. It's not just the one brewery doing two different things. He has his own thing here, and then he's doing a piece of this other one. So not only is it a collaboration between those two guys, the company itself, but this beer is a collaboration between Untitled Art and Bottle Logic. You can see on the neck there. So. And I think a lot of people are pretty aware of how the quality of Bottle Logic beers, especially their Imperial Stouts. So what this beer is, it's called, you can see on the neck, it says Neapolitan Stout. There is no description on the label, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it's my assumption when I hear that is it is a stout with chocolate or cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, and strawberries. So like Neapolitan ice cream. And it is Imperial Stout. It is 11% ABV. So I'm really excited to open this because I haven't had anything from an Untitled Art, and I love everything from Bottle Logic. So we'll see what we got. And they just started. This wasn't through a trade or anything. They actually just started distributing to Charlotte about a month ago. So I'm hoping this is really good. I just bought one to try it out, but if it is pretty good, which I'm expecting, I'll definitely buy more. And apparently my dogs just realized that the back door was open. So I will say too, today when I'm filming this is Halloween. So I'm guessing that's why they're barking out there, because there's probably still kids running around. But sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where you can see the logo just for the video. Anyways, so as you can see, it pours a pretty dark brown with a really small beige head. So there is a good amount of dark roast in this. I am picking up a little bit of a strawberry and some dark chocolate too. Not sure I'm getting any of the vanilla, but we'll see. So, I gotta admit, I'm not really feeling that one just based on the initial taste. Maybe I need to let it warm up a little bit. But it is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And I think the strawberry is. I did hear this about this beer, but I didn't want to bring it up before I drank it because I didn't want to have like all these preconceived notions. But I did hear that the strawberry is like really forward compared to the other flavors, which definitely seems to be the case in this. And I also wonder, I don't know if it's artificial flavoring, which it could be. I wouldn't fault them for that, for strawberry, because I don't know how you get the strawberry flavor with natural strawberry without like getting the acidity and tartness that strawberries have. I mean, they're not that sour like raspberries, but they definitely have a tartness to them. So I don't know how you add that to the strawberry flavor to the beer without getting that tartness, which you really don't want in a stout, at least in my opinion. Um, yeah, this one's kind of all over the place, to be honest. I like up front. I'm definitely getting big strawberry, um, and then it kind of fades into this like generic sweetness, and it actually has like a metallic component too, which I don't really know why that is, because sometimes you get that from even coffee stouts, but there's not coffee in this either. But there is like a metallic note. It's kind of weird because like a lot of beers might be flavorful up front, or like you might really like the flavor up front, but then they have like a bad aftertaste. To me, this is kind of like the opposite. At the front, you get like that really over the top strawberry, and then a little bit of that like metallic character, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But then the back end kind of fades into like a little bit of a vanilla dark chocolate like roasty stout that actually isn't bad. So I'm really wondering, like a lot of these that I don't like, it's a combination of the additives being too much or just not done well, and being added to like a crappy base beer. But this kind of almost seems like the base beer was actually something pretty good, and just they added this stuff that made it like shit. Not shit. It's not that bad, but that really made it significantly not as good as the base beer is, which is really interesting because Bottle Logic is usually spot on with that kind of stuff. It might be over the top, but it's usually at least like dialed in as far as the balance of the flavors. This is just like a ton of strawberry, and then I don't know. I will say this, this is not nearly as thick as Bottle Logic stuff, so I'm curious, like, where or how or where they really collaborate on this. Was it just on the flavor where they decided to be Neapolitan, but then they still like Untitled Art just did their own thing with it? I don't know, which is possible because I think this has been selling for a while now, and usually collaborations are a one-off thing. So this isn't like nearly as thick as most Bottle Logic stouts. It's not quite as big either. It's 11. A lot of their stuff's like 14. So, but that's like the barrel aged stuff. But at the same time, this is not thin. It does have a little bit of it does coat the tongue a little bit. It's just not as big as the Bottle Logic beers. But at 11%, it hides the alcohol incredibly well. I can't believe it's that strong. Like, I would guess this is like 7 or 8. So that is definitely one bonus. If that's what you're looking for. It's not, to me, it wouldn't necessarily make me buy it again because of that. But I do think it's impressive that they were able to do that. I really got to say this might be one that you really need to let warm up and open up, because even that last gulp I took, I felt like, I don't know, maybe my palate is just getting used to the flavors in it, and so I'm picking up like some more of the subtle things. But that last gulp I took was, in my opinion, significantly better than the first two or three, because I think as it warms, the strawberry becomes more muted and the beer itself comes out more. That's usually how it works with these types of things, which that will only do this beer good, because I can tell that there's a pretty good Imperial Stout base underneath this, but it's just that I'm not a huge fan of the stuff that they threw into it, which is kind of a shame. I really hope that they, just release the base of this, because I think the base of this could be really, really nice. And I don't know, so I also bought a bottle of the Horchata Stout, which I guess is like cinnamon and chocolate or vanilla. I don't know. Excuse me. That was a collab with Microphone. But I don't know. I'm assuming then the base is different because if they came up with their own recipe, but who knows? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is their base stout, and they just, the collaboration with the brewery was, hey, come up with additives that we're going to add to this, and that's what they did. I have no idea. But anyways, I'm not going to sit here and take forever on this video to let this warm up that much. It shouldn't have to warm up to be that significantly better. So I'm going, for right now, I'm going to give this a drink, teetering on a buy, because like I said, the last sip was definitely better. But I'm going to give it a drink, only because I think that you can, like, I would rather just drink like Expedition or Founders Imperial Stout than this, and that is it's cheaper and it's readily available pretty often. So that's why I'm just going to call this one a drink, but I might revisit this and do another video, because as it warms, I'm liking it more. So it might really grow on me. But right now, I'm just going to call it a drink. But I would say it's good enough where if you really like strawberry like stouts, or that like sweeter stouts, I would seek this out. You might like it more than I do. It's just not my thing. But I think that's all I got in this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.